Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today we're going to be working on a diagonal stripe knitting pattern. And I'm using Lion Brand Wool-Ease Thick and Quick yarn with size 11 knitting needles. This is an 8-row repeat, so I've already done 2 sets, so I'm going to do a 3rd set. You want to cast on in multiples of 7 plus 2. So I have 16 stitches on my needle, and I'm going to start with a row 1, which is a wrong side row, and it is a pretty simple repeat, and all odd rows are the same. So we're going to knit the first 2 stitches, and then we'll start our repeat of purl 5, knit 2. And that's all of the odd rows. So 1, 3, 5, and 7. Will all be knit 5 or purl 5, knit 2. And this stitch has a new stitch in it. So we're going to purl the first 2 stitches, and then we'll do our new stitch. So we're going to start this left lean. And it's like the cross left stitch where we knit into the back of the 2nd stitch. But instead of knitting into the back of the 1st stitch, we're going to knit into the front of that 1st stitch. And we're going to drop that loop off. So it doesn't actually, you can't really see it very well there, but it does start to lean to the left. And then we're going to knit 3 stitches, purl 2, and then repeat. So we're going to knit into the back of that 2nd loop, and then we're going to bring it into the front and knit into that 1st stitch. There we go. You can see that a little bit better. And it leans to the left. And then we're going to knit these last 3 stitches. Once you have a couple done, it's definitely easy to repeat. And knit 2, purl 5. So we're on row 3. Purl 5. And then knit the last 2 stitches. All right, now we're going to purl the first 2 stitches. And then we're going to move our cross stitch over 1. So we're going to knit the 1st stitch, and then we're going to cross left. So we're knit into the back and then knit into the front. And that's going to cross over. Oh, I dropped my stitch off. So you can see it leaning over to the left. And then we're going to knit the last 2 stitches. So we're always knitting those 5 stitches. And then we're purling in between. So we're going to knit that first one to move over this cross stitch. So that will kind of work itself out. And I would say that this pattern would definitely benefit from blocking, at least a light blocking, where you just get it a little damp and you stretch it out a little bit just to even out those stitches. So this is row 5 where we're going to knit 2, purl 5, knit 2, purl 5, and then knit the last 2 stitches. So we have our knit stitches on this side where we're making a purl on the front. So then we're purl these 2 stitches. We're going to knit these 2. So we're on row 6. And then we're going to cross left and knit that front stitch. And then knit 1 and purl 2, knit 2, and we're going to cross to the left in the front of the stitch. Knit that stitch, and then we're going to purl 2. So we definitely see it coming together. So row 7, knit 2, purl 5. Knit 2, purl 5. And knit the last 2 stitches. And for our last row, it's row 8. So we're going to do our last cross left stitch. So we're going to purl our first 2 stitches, knit 3 stitches, and then we're going to knit into the back of the second stitch, the front of the first stitch, and drop both off. Purl 2 and repeat. Knit 3, cross left, knit the second stitch in the back and the first stitch in the front, drop both off, and then purl the last 2 stitches. And there you have, pull that over there, diagonal stripes. It does come together very nicely whenever you have it all done and worked up after you've done a few rows, and it is a nice squishy stitch. So I hope you guys enjoy today's new stitch, the diagonal stripe, and I hope to see you guys again next time, and thank you so much for watching.